Sometimes your empathy and being humane can take your life to hell. Therefore, you should choose clearly with whom you can walk or empathize. However, the protagonist, Stone, doesn't make the right decision and ends up suffering in a colossal, dry, hellish place. The story begins with the Stone's interest in capturing the solar eclipse in an empty, barren place. He has to park his car at a distance because the place is covered with arid and thorny plants. He drives to a creepy place and waits for the eclipse with limited food and water. At the same time, a toddler seems to be eating a human finger. She is super filthy and chewing the human flesh all alone in this creepy land. Hence, Stone successfully captures the fascinating eclipse after waiting for a few hours. He walks back to reach the car but finds a boy crying under a flaky tree. He offers for help, and the boy takes him to another road of walking and thirst. He lost his parents, and Stone tried to connect to the network so that he could call the police. He tries to make him walk on the right path toward the car, but the boy allures him to a separate road. It seems like he is taking Stone to a specific place. He doesn't want to follow, but the weird boy's helpless face compels him to move beside him. The boy asks for water, and poor Stone gives him all of it. The boy smiles, saying that his plan works, and it seems that he is planning something for him. He smiles at him and suddenly disappears. Stone starts walking back, but he is completely lost. He has no water or anything to eat, but he keeps on moving until the night falls. The boys knew that the night was about to fall, and Stone would lose his way back. He also finishes the water deliberately because he wants Stone to feel the exhaustion of this place. Due to exhaustion, hunger, and thirst, he sleeps under a large stone. However, he suddenly hears a woman singing and sees some light from a distance. It is no less than a miracle to find something helpful in this creepy place. He is relieved and immediately rushes for help. Hence, he moves closer and climbs down a ladder hanging from a colossal stone. There are two ladders. One hangs till the middle, and one takes him to the ground. It is a small house in between the mighty, chaotic dunes. He knocks at the door, but the woman doesn't reply. He is so frustrated that he opens the door and sneaks in. He asks for a phone or something to get out of this place. The lady is named Alina and offers him a meal instead of replying to his concerns. She is also not angry at his entering. Stone, who is dying of hunger, still rejects the weird lady's food. She doesn't reply to any questions. Stone wants to get out of here and needs to know about this place, but she remains silent. She offers him a night to stay and rest. He is desperate to leave the place, but nothing can be done during the night. So he accepts the offer and sleeps on a couch. Surprisingly, the young lady stripped herself off in the middle of the night right in front of him. Hence, he ignores it and starts the next day with the same struggle, because the ladder had been removed, which could have taken him to the top. He again tries to talk to Alina, but she doesn't know about the ladder. Also, she is not interested in helping him move out. He tries to climb the super hot, creepy walls, but can't make it. He also tries calling for some help, but in vain. He gives up for today after the whole day of struggle. Again, he stays the night on the same couch, but something different happens tonight. He notices the howling and clinging voices on top of it, but he can't ask for help. The next morning, he washes his clothes, but Alina insists on providing him with food, sleep, and clean clothes. He is furious at her silent and ignorant behavior, but she still offers to help. But Stone is extremely pissed off and pushes her back. She is not even angry at his behavior. He takes some instruments for climbing the walls today. He wraps his hands in white clothes and stabs the hammer for support. Although the walls are like burning iron, he still doesn't give up. However, a sudden dead chicken fell on his head, which made him lose his balance and fall to the ground. His head strikes and he passes out. After hours of blacking out, he wakes up and realizes the hammer is stuck in his leg. Now he is injured too, but Alina helped and took the hammer out. It is extremely painful, but Alina takes care of it. After the recovery, he again tries to move out of this place. He also threatens Alina to call somebody for help, but she doesn't say a word. Instead, she asks him to calm down and rest as if nothing has happened with the lost stone. While Stone is missing his family badly, he notices a boy on top of it and begs for help. The boy seems weird because he asks for his favorite color instead of understanding the severity of the situation. However, he asks her to wait until he comes back with a rope. Stone is pleased to have some hope and to wait long hours for him. Finally, he appears and throws the rope. Stone immediately tied himself to the rope so that they could pull him up. They pull the ropes up to the middle but stop pulling any further. He requests help, but they urinate on him and mock him. They don't want to help him, but this was a plan to humiliate him. Among the boys, the same creepy boy who allures him here is also seen. He shouts for help, but they bang his head against the wall and he blacks out. He has been rescued now and put to bed to rest. Alina helped with his wounds and let him sleep for days. Right after he wakes up, he strives for help, but he is too weak to walk. He crawls out of the house and cries for help once again, but Alina stops him from doing the unnecessary shouting. The boys also come down and perform a mysterious ritual on the stone. He is treated like an animal, but soon he accepts his fate. He starts living here like he owns the place. Alina offers some new clothes. Hopelessness has changed to a new meaning in life. They both start living like a couple. Stone planted some seeds of vegetables for the days of starvation. The boys also supply them with some of the necessities of life. They are not much, but enough to live in this creepy place. They brought some alcohol and chocolates. Alina dresses up for the dinner, and they share alcohol on the table. A random boy irritates him with unacceptable gestures. Stone gets furious about those erratic, weird boys and drinks a lot, even when Alina tries to stop him. She seduces him by stripping off the clothes and they make love. Stone regrets it the next morning, but he can't do anything about it. So he gets busy with his routine chores. He finds a ring and car keys in the sand, which means there are more people there. Hence, he takes care of the planted seeds of vegetables, and the boy is impressed by his talent for farming. He requests that he teach him the skills because he is fond of getting an education. Stone loves to teach him. He offers him the candies as an expression of appreciation for teaching him. Hence, he wishes to come back soon. Stone notices a photo of an old lady hanging from the wall and asks Alice about it. She breaks out the news of being pregnant. She doesn't expect any fatherly behavior, but she wants to be aware of it. Stone freaks out that he can't let his child suffer in this place, but he is helpless. The disappointment increases when the birds destroy the stone plants. Hence, he rushes to rescue them, and Alina follows. She behaves well, but does nothing to help him. Her hypocritical behavior is completely bizarre and frustrating. But he has to accept it in any case. The helper boy comes again and asks him to teach. Stone finds a chance to trick him. He asks for a rope and some utensils to move out of this place. He compels the children to help them get out of there so they can live like a family in the city. He can get a quality life and education, which seems interesting to the helper boy. He genuinely wants to help Stone and live a healthy life in the city. He is also sick of this erratic place. But another mighty boy hopes in and threatens the boy to roam around here. Alina forbids Stone from talking to these boys because they are dangerous. She seems weird while talking about the boys. It seems that she doesn't want Stone to know much about the boys. Stone is having weird nightmares about this place and his wound. He watches an eye pop out of his leg and suddenly wakes up. Alina prepares the food and Stone shares some stories from the outer world. She has never seen the top of these walls, and she seems excited about it. Therefore, Stone showed her the pictures of the eclipse. She is amused to see the miracles of nature, and she likes music. It is clear that this lady never leaves the place and doesn't know beyond these walls. The boys perform an aggressive ritual during the night and shock Alina with the cruelest act the next morning. They hang the dead body of a helper boy in the middle of this place with ripped bones and skin. These boys punish him for talking to Stone. Alina screams in pain to see her boy dead. Stone gets to know that they are all Alina's boys and that she is their mother. But they can't live like a family, but as a clan with weird customs and a bloody history. Alina is so furious that she bangs Stone's head with a block of wood. She considers him responsible for her child's death because she asks him for help. 9 months have passed and Stone has been living in a cage. He has become like an animal who can't talk now. He also sniffs and eats food like an animal. A few days later, Stone notices a girl on top of the walls and requests help. She agrees and starts looking for something helpful. But the erratic boys find out about her. They kill her brutally in front of Stone's eyes. They don't even hesitate to suffocate her to death. Making fun of Stone is their hobby now, and they mock his helplessness. Alina is 9 months pregnant with a large baby bump, but still doing the chores alone. Stone is getting crazy and banging against the cage. He also screams in pain and disappointment, but no one can listen to his cries. One fine night, Stone notices a large number of children near the walls, which means they have been living here since. They are Alina's children and brothers, who share bizarre stories and weird customs. One of the children offers him a fruit, and he chomps it like crazy. A weird ritual has been performed with the pregnant Alina. They dress her up in white, and one of them falls in love with her. Then they put the white cloth on her face and filled it with blood. In the meantime, all the others are dancing crazily in circles and saying scriptures in a foreign language. Alina accepts everything they ask her to do. Looks like she has been enslaving the customs for years. She offers Stone a blanket, but he offers his slavery in return. He tries to compel her for his freedom from this cage so they can live like a family. He is convinced that his life has ended beyond these walls. This is all he has now, and he wants to protect everyone here now. He wishes to live like a king and considers Alina as his queen. He wants to give her the worth for which she has been craving for years. He offers to father all these children and take care of Alina. But she is forced to keep him in a cage until the baby's birth, because that is how they do it. She is obliged to follow the method and respect the desert. She claims to sacrifice for the desert. She has had to keep him alive since birth and then sacrifice his body for the desert. His death is already destined, but he freaks out to learn about it. He shouts to get himself killed or set free. Alina considers him only the seed who is a source of life, but nothing more. He calls it selfish and unnecessary because seeds are always blown in the air. It is the fruit that matters, like these children. The blurry moon marks the calendar, and it's time for birth. Alina screams in pain and finds something more painful in her pregnancy this time. She never experienced such kind of pain before, so she sets the stone free and begs for help, but he is not interested. He also finds the escaping ladder which can take him out, so he starts walking toward it, leaving Alina screaming in pain. He merely wants to leave this hell, although he knows deep down in his heart that he is about to die even when reaches the top, because the crazy boys over there can never let him escape. Still, he wants to try. But the baby's cries stop her feet from moving, and he walks back. He is compelled to see his baby by his natural fatherly love. In the meantime, the solar eclipse darkens everything, and he is back in hell again. He doesn't realize that his death is near, and he kisses his baby. However, Alina is thankful to him for fulfilling his purpose here. Now she can feed and protect this baby, serving the desert like others. In an instant, the boys walk in and slit the stone's throat. He is dead, with immense disappointment in his eyes. His 1 year of torture, disagreement, and despair has ended. Alina takes care of the baby in Stone's clothes. She also keeps the camera and other belongings carefully. While his dead body is still rotting in front of the house, they didn't even bother to bury it, so it is decomposing on its own.